90's reporter Nick McGurk is at the ranch in Loveland where evacuees can go to get help. Nick, still folks showing up there.
Folks have been showing up for the last half hour, 45 minutes or so, Eric. You know, we talk about destruction. 191 homes destroyed by this High Park fire, and that number is actually going to be higher. We understand on Friday at least 10 homes were destroyed in the Glacier View Meadows area. That's why folks are at the ranch right now to figure out if their home has been destroyed, and if not, what the status of their home is. The reality is being evacuated or having your home destroyed is such a difficult process, and we caught up with one evacuee who let us know what their day-to-day is now like.
This is my life right now, and right now we're in limbo.
Life as an evacuee is full of what-ifs.
I mean,
what if this hotel room somehow became home?
This is where we would have to start all over again.
Marco and Virlin Bendoni don't want to start over.
That's more of a better view of the front door of my home.
The day everything changed is when he just completed work on his Glacier View area home.
We just finished.
It's also the day Virlin was recovering from surgery on her wrist and her ankle, and she wanted to take a drive.
So I went to the grocery store with her, and as soon as we got back, I mean, we missed the blockade.
15 minutes.
By 15 minutes.
By accident, just about everything had been left behind.
It's just been horrifying.
A horrifying experience. Thankfully, the flames were far enough away for a nearby relative to grab their dog and some of the bags they had ready for evacuation.
This is it. This is all we have.
Now,
we got bottled water.
They have what they need, barely.
We've been in the same clothes now for 4 days.
But the days away from home are getting longer.
And that being my animal.
Who's calling us?
And then, during our interview, a phone call.
I was going to go today on a hunt for clothes, actually.
Someone calling, offering to give them clothes.
You know, it really makes you feel like, you know, community coming together, you know, and helping us through times.
Something.
To see the fire off in the distance.
At the very least, to take the edge off the tornado of what-ifs.
I just feel helpless.
One glimpse into one family who was evacuated. 4,000 evacuation notices sent out for the High Park fire. And you saw during that phone call what one small act of kindness could do for their morale. So a lot of evacuations all over this state. Again, folks here from the Glacier View Meadows area here to see if their home has been destroyed, when they might be able to go back. But that was one family. And this Glacier View Meadows area is a point on the northern edge of the High Park fire that firefighters are most concerned about. As of our last press briefing, there are a lot of homes there and some fire lines that they have not yet contained. So we're going to continue to cover the High Park fire, but that's the latest here from Larimer County.
And Nick, you know, we talk so much about evacuees, but rarely do we get that glimpse you just gave us of how life changes, how you are confined to a small hotel room with all of the belongings that you were able to get, and in some cases you're not able to get everything, such as the couple in your story.
And we were talking to them. I said, what does it mean to have a home? And they said, we worked so hard to make this home our place where we feel comfortable. We might go on vacation and visit friends, and we can't wait to get back home. You get a sense of just what it meant for them to have this home, and now they don't know whether it's there, what the status is, and they're living day to day off credit cards inside of that hotel room. So
yeah,
a very sad story, and there are so many of those, right? That's just a glimpse of what a lot of folks are going through.
It can be a very painful wait, that's for sure. All right, Nick McGurk, thanks a lot.
Tucked into a corner of Horsetooth Reservoir,
we're in frantic mode.
Is a pocket of controlled chaos.
Once they hit the ground too hard, you can't move them out anymore.
Ready?
Taut cables are part of a rescue mission.
These cables hold the dock in place.
To save docks at the dwindling inlet marina bay of Horsetooth Reservoir. Meantime, boats are being tugged from this body of water as fast as staff can get them.
It's catastrophic, it really is.
At the beginning of last year, the water level was about here. And at this time of year, normal water level is about here. Of course now, water level is all the way down here.
We're losing about a foot a day.
A foot of water per day, most of it sent to farmers who need this reservoir water for their crops.
A little bit depressed.
It's got boat owners who have paid for the entire season, packing up about 2 months earlier than normal.
Fort Collins needs water, Greeley needs water, so they drain Horsetooth.
We really did not expect that we would be out of business the end of July this year.
200 boats removed, 100 to go. And the 18-hour days will continue until all the work is done.
It's desperate, I kid you not.
In Larimer County, Nick McGurk, 9 News.
Nick, you've heard some very emotional stories from some of the people evacuated, wondering if their homes are still standing.
Yeah.
Eric, that's right. An enormously difficult day here on the front lines of where these evacuees have been sent. We're going to give you a quick picture first of the sky here. You see the break in that smoke to the left. Blue sky and clouds to the right, that gigantic plume of smoke. This is the source of what we've heard from evacuees telling us they know their home is burned. They've seen pets left behind, and we spoke to one woman and her husband earlier this afternoon who told us that her 3 brothers, as of this afternoon, were unaccounted for. Nearly 1,000 people displaced funnel into a school gymnasium and hope for answers.
At this point, sometimes what people need more than anything is hope.
Hope.
I'm just terribly worried about all of them.
In short supply for husband and wife Helen Haverty and Andrew Given.
A pretty sleepless night, pretty short night. Even the baby knows that, we're upset.
Even the baby can tell something's wrong. His 3 uncles haven't been heard of or seen since yesterday at 2 p.m.
We're just more worried than we ever thought possible.
Worried because 2 of the brothers went up Buckhorn Canyon Road to make sure their 3rd brother and his wife, who live there, would be okay.
It's just so unusual that they wouldn't contact us if they could.
Most here wonder about their homes. Some pray for their animals.
There are pets that unfortunately were left behind.
And then there's another kind of angst, the kind Helen and Andrew hope nobody ever causes again.
Don't take a chance, get out.
Yeah.
Please, don't put your families through this. Just get out.
Yeah.
It's just property, it can be replaced. It's just stuff. That's all it is.
Yep.
Trees regrow. Houses can be rebuilt. Lives can't.
Thankfully, we did hear later this afternoon those 3 brothers are accounted for. They went back up to the house. Apparently, they went to pack up some of their stuff, and they are okay. We did hear, though, from the sheriff's department that some folks have been refusing to leave their homes because of this fire. With that said, we did hear one commonality with a lot of these evacuees out here is animals. So folks, if you're wondering, how can I get my animals that I might have had to leave behind? The Larimer Humane Society is working in conjunction with the Larimer County Sheriff's Department. Contact the Larimer Humane Society if you are worried about some of those animals that you could not get access to. Certainly an emotional day. You just got a sense through that story, through one family, what a fire like this can mean for individuals who are affected.
Time. All right, Nick, thanks a lot.